Despite the efforts by many, the Ukraine is still pretty much in crisis. The uprising of Russia upon belligerent in Ukraine has unsettled the eastern and the southern of this country, with Russia moving quickly and make this problem more complicated. While Crimea is fully annexed by Russia, the Donbas area Donetsk and Luhansk are still being fought by the government and the pro-Russia separatists of Donetsk People's Republic and Luhansk People's Republic. The Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe has made many efforts for this case, such as Minsk Protocol and its current addendum, Minsk II. While showing some level of efficiency in reducing sorrows, the addendum has been violated since it was agreed by every party that involved in. Since it was still happening, we're going to investigate further about what is happening in eastern and southern UK. But first, we're going to explain to you about this case since 2014.
The Ukraine crisis is a power struggle between factions within Ukraine. One wants to align with the European Union and the other with Russia. Ukraine had been an important contributor to the Soviet Union's economy between 1920 and 1991. Putin's attack on Ukraine responded to the February 23rd overture of his ally, the then President of Ukraine, Viktor Yanukovych. The pro-West faction of Ukraine's parliament took over the government. The current crisis erupted in March 2014 when the Russian Special Force occupied Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula. Russia claimed it was protecting its port access to the Black Sea. Between 2014 and 2018, a military conflict between Ukrainian soldiers and the Russia-backed separatists has continued in eastern Ukraine. More than 10,000 people have been killed. In April 2040, Russia supported local rebels who took over city halls and police stations throughout eastern Ukraine. That area is home to ethnic Russians who don't want to be part of EU. Those Russians were moved there 50 years ago by Joseph Stalin, who intended to strengthen the Soviet republics hold on the area. Between 2014 and 2018, a military conflict between Ukrainian soldiers and Russian-backed separatists has continued in eastern Ukraine. More than 10,000 people have been killed.
Okay, now we're connected with Judith, our partner, and we're going to investigate about what do the people of Donbass and Crimea think about this case. Judith.
Now we are currently reporting at the city of Crimea, and as we know that the people over here are being split into two factions, those in favor of Russia and those against. We are going to interview some of the civilians here to know why they are in favor or against the annexation of Crimea.
I think it's not an annexation because the people of Crimea mostly have a Russian descent, and we are proud of our descent of Russian, and we think we're the same because Ukraine just choose that being boasted by the European Union, and we're not like to be like that, like Slavic people, other Slavic people that joined the European Union, and we should not being boasted by the Western people. I think joining Russia could be better because, the Russia have a great powers, was a great country, and Putin is showing a great interest in Crimea, more than President coded. Like, we have a good things to do in Russia, we have a prosperity in future, and we have so many great powers in there. Not like if we joining the Ukraine.
Although it appears there's a majority consensus for annexation to Russia, it is not unanimous. Joining Russia could likely worsen the economic part of Russia, as Russia itself is now more isolated than the European Union. As we can see, the western part of Europe is more prosperous than the Eastern Europe. So I think that joining the European Union will give Ukraine a more prosperity than the Russia could ever give. As the Russia itself now is currently battling and struggling the domestic economic problems. We shouldn't bow down to Putin. Ukraine is a sovereign country and its sovereignty shouldn't be undermined.
Okay, we have listened to the opinion of the civilian here in Crimea, and we can see that the split among the people here is real, as not all of them are in favor of joining Russia.
So, after we hear the opinion of the people in dispute area, we're going to hear the opinion of OSCE spokesperson Elena Aninovich.
Excuse me, Ms. Aninovich. Would you like to give a statement about the never-ending Ukraine crisis?
Oh, the Ukraine crisis. So, on the behalf of the OSCE, I would like to give, I would like to restate our commitment to maintain that OSCE will try our best to maintain the security and, the stability of Europe in general, and also in this case, specifically, the Ukraine. And also, as of now, our special monitoring missions is currently overseeing the Minsk protocol in order to affiliate to try to lessen the crisis that happens in the eastern Ukraine, and also for us to smoothen the peace processes, we also would like to strongly demand to all sides of this crisis to put down their weapons, all of their weapons, and to respect the Minsk protocol that have been there. And also, in this case, OSCE would hope that this crisis would not end, would not result in such, in any further bloodshed. I really appreciate, I really am thankful that all sides have at least committed with the Minsk agreements that we made before, and also that we want to urge them to make sure that they take all the measures so that we could ensure that there will be a long-lasting and sustainable ceasefire that followed the statements. So yeah, I think that's my statements.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Aninovich, for your statement.
Okay.
Coming back to studio.
So now we have seen the opinion of the OSCE spokesperson, and it's interesting how they really commit to bringing peace in Ukraine. And we're connected to international relations scholar, Mr. Atthareq from Kharkiv National University. Mr. Atthareq, what do you think about OSCE's role in maintaining peace in Ukraine?
The end of the Cold War brought considerable enthusiasm concerning the potential role of regional organizations in generating peace and security in a very promising but very uncertain post-Cold War landscape. When the Soviet Union collapsed, the question of how to approach its successor states and those of the former Yugoslavia arose. The CSCE took an inclusive approach, sooner or later admitting all the new successor states in Europe. In addition, it established itself as a formal international organization with a focus on softer security issues, responding to the evolving conceptualization and practicalities of security. The organization adopted a human dimension that focused on the rights of individuals within member states. In the regional management of security issues, there is a wide variation in the capacity to do so. The EU has growing capacity for conflict management, while the OSCE, with a smaller brief, draws on the substantial resources of member states for soft security missions. So the role of OSCE in solving the Ukraine crisis is more or less as of a soft security approach. We don't see any military presence from the OSCE or the NATO because of the OSCE's nature. OSCE advocates a comprehensive security approach within its three dimensions: political military, economic and environmental, and human. The organization turned out to be the most appropriate framework to manage the Ukraine crisis and prevent further escalation. By bridging the gap between the West and Russia, OSCE has established itself as not only a mere intergovernmental organization but as an international relations actor by its own right. I think that's enough for me.
So war is a fundamental problem in international politics, and it also has been a primary factor why intergovernmental organization was built, including Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. Bringing states together to work together and to solve a problem in international relations will build a peace for this world. So we really hope that OSCE mission for Ukraine will get better and success. I'm Tika Tazkya, signing off. Thank you for watching and have a good day.